Here comes the money. You're now listening to the Gambling with Gold podcast with Jason Gold. Presented by Champions Round.
All right, let's get to the player props that we like for this weekend. We're going to start off in that first game, 49ers and the Eagles. Steph, I'll let you first crack at this thing. What do you like in terms of player props this weekend?
Yeah, I don't like as much in this game as I like in the next game. I do like Kittle to find the end zone. I also, if you want to pair that with Dallas Goedert, I wouldn't be mad at you. I think that Dallas Goedert, again, is going to continue to be a weapon for them and someone that you're going to see them use. I like his over receiving yards, over 45.5. He's gone over this in 3 of his last 4 games played. He has basically shown that he's a weapon that they can count on, especially if they're trying to like double up on guys. AJ Brown, longest reception, over 25.5. I think that there will be a couple long shots down the field. Hurts, throw an interception, plus 110 to follow my narrative. Outside of that, not a lot. I wanted to play Devontae Smith some way. I just can't. I don't love his number. It's a smart line. It's like 67 or something. I just can't do it. So haven't decided how I'm going to play him, but I do want to play him at some point.
This all depends on which side you like in this game and what narrative you're trying to build. And I think that you're kind of doing the right thing. You're building a narrative in your mind and you run the player props around that. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing here. I think it's competitive. I think it's higher scoring. And I think that those 49ers are going to come out and be able to play really well offensively. So the 2 that I really want to hammer in this game is going to be Kittle over 3.5 receptions and Kittle over 44.5 receiving yards. Those are going to be my 2 big plays for this game. And then I do think, based on San Francisco, so San Francisco's defense, their front 7 is really incredible. But where they can be hit is their cornerbacks are kind of trash. So I think that Jalen Hurts doesn't run the ball as much, but I think he's going to throw the ball a lot. So we're going to take Jalen Hurts under 49.5 rushing yards.
I love that.
And I'm going to take the over on passing yards, which I believe is 264.5 right now. We're going to take the over on his passing yards. It's kind of tough for me to pinpoint exactly which player it's going to be. I wish that I knew that there was one particular matchup at cornerback versus wide receiver where I would bet an over on AJ Brown or Devontae Smith. I'm just not confident enough to do either side there. I like Dallas Goedert, obviously. A little harder to go over middle in San Francisco. So if you want to play both wide receivers over in terms of yardage, I don't hate that. Receptions, I'd probably be a little bit scared of.
I have a gut feeling about Devontae. I don't know what it is. And I know that that's the bad choice, so I've been staying away from it. That's why I went with the longest reception for EJ.
Okay, so Devontae Smith I have right now. What was the number you had?
I thought it was 60. What was it when I looked it up right before we got on? I just wasn't loving it. It was like 65 maybe. What is it? Let's see. Because he stays within that realm. He hasn't had a big game in a couple of weeks. He's at 65.5. Okay. That's at one book. Most books are at 66.5. So PointsBet is the only one that has it at that 65.5. But he hasn't, he flirts around that number and then he'll have like 3 big games with over 100 yards. So is this going to be a game that they make him the weapon? I could see it. Like I could definitely see it.
Just to clarify on my Jalen Hurts over passing yard total, I totally messed up the number. It's 245.5. Okay. I like the over on that number. I also kind of like longest completion for Jalen Hurts in kind of the same vein, over 38.5 yards. I think that he'll hit at least one long bomb in this game.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay. So the ones that let's do the ones that we're absolutely hardcore locking in. So I have 4. Kittle over 3.5 receptions, Kittle over 44.5 receiving yards, Jalen Hurts under 49.5 rushing yards, and Jalen Hurts over 245.5 passing yards.
Okay, so I'm going to also support your Jalen under 49.5. I really like that number. I like AJ Brown, longest reception, over 25.5. And I like Dallas Goedert over 45.5 receiving yards. And if you want to have fun, Hurts to throw an interception plus 110. Kittle touchdown, but that's not as fun. So.